And I love Spate Radio. That's the only thing. Like, there's nobody. Spate Radio. And I said it. Nicki Minaj, Nicki Lewinsky, Dirty Money, Young Money, the Mistress. Yeah.
Yes, sir. How's everything? Chilling.
Everything is good.
Good.
Chilling. So tell the people about you and what you do, and we'll go from there.
Well, my name is Nino Khayyam. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Second youngest of 5 boys, I would say. And I guess a lot of people always ask me, is my name like made up, or how did I get that name? And that's my name. Nino is my middle name, and Khayyam is too. My first name is actually Mahlik because my father's Muslim. But Nino Khayyam is my middle name, so I just kind of went with that to keep it simple. It's kind of like a nickname I had all my life, and that's just it. I just try to keep it real simple.
Okay. All right. So you have a mixtape, right, called Medina Memoirs. Am I correct?
Correct.
Okay. So what does that mean to you, like that title? Why did you name it that?
Well, because I'm from Brooklyn, and also, my background is slightly in Islam. That was kind of like the nickname that the 5%ers and, a lot of people in the 90s, my older siblings, used to call Brooklyn. So I just basically wanted to kind of make a tribute or homage to Brooklyn, because I feel like, I think I make a lot of dope music and, like, current music. But I sometimes, I hate to be one of those people that's always like, oh, the golden age of hip-hop is gone, because I think, it's still evolving. But I do feel sometimes like maybe some of the lyrical content is missing from today's music. So I try to make Medina Memoirs to kind of like, at least let people know that I can rap. Because I feel like a lot of times people think like new rappers, we really can't rap. Like we make good records, but we might not be the lyricists of like the Jays and Biggies and Nas. And so, I try my best to let them know, like, there's still some of us new guys up here that, we trying to rap, I think I can rap, So
okay.
That's kind of what was behind my theory in making it the Medina Memoirs.
Okay. All right. So, and you mentioned that you're new. A lot of new guys are not getting those radio spins like you getting, man. So what was it like the first time you heard your stuff playing on the radio?
I almost crashed. I'm going to keep it real with you. Because I was just like, like, I was hitting so many DJs up. Like I was basically like, New York is kind of a big market, but it's also small enough that if you kind of, this is where social media comes in. If you could kind of stalk the DJs you want to get next to, like a Funkmaster Flex or like a DJ Self or DJ Clue, you kind of could find out where they're going to be at and just, be pleasantly persistent, I like to tell people. And sooner or later, you'll get their ear. I used to just be in front of the club, like, Self does like a lot of gentlemen's clubs. So I used to be in front of the club, like, blasting my music. And just, I would purposely go there when I knew he was coming out. So like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, I would just sit there in front of the club and be blasting my music. And just like, yo, Self, I got a record, man. You got to hear it. And, like, finally, I would say maybe after a couple months, him just, he got used to seeing me. Like, okay, this kid is just either crazy or something, because he just is in front of the club blasting music. And then when he listened to it, he's like, yo, send me the record. He was like, send me the record, and then he put me in touch with, people that handle his radio marketing and, and just putting new records in rotation. And, everybody sat down, we had a nice meeting, and, they liked the record, so they gave it a shot.
Okay. That's what's up, man. That's really great news for independent artists to reach, 3 million people, man. They got a lot of, it's probably a lot more than 3 million, but as far as like as far as what they have on terrestrial radio is like 3 million. That's not even counting the internet and all of that stuff.
No, it was definitely a blessing, because a lot of people definitely reached out to me. I was like, oh, I heard you on the radio. I guess it just adds a little more validity to what you're trying to do, because how people always run around, I rap, but when people hear you on the radio, and it's not like you constantly emailing them, like, listen to my new record or sending a YouTube link, like people, they just like, what, I finally listened to the record, I heard it on the radio, and it sounded pretty good, it's just a good feeling as an artist. Even, I tell people, like, even if I don't accomplish all the other things I want to accomplish in life, I definitely feel like very blessed that I had that opportunity, just to be heard, because you never really know how your work is gonna connect with the people. You know what I mean? And I always tell people that's like a big thing for artists. Like, you might think you crazy dope, and then nobody likes it. Or you might think you whack and everybody loves it. So I said, that, it's like, people don't like to admit it because we all got egos. But, definitely as an artist, it helps your work when you feel like, okay, people are catching what I'm doing, or they, they vibing with the sound I'm trying to put together. So it's definitely, that definitely was like a highlight for me.
Yeah, but you just saying that is really different from a lot of artists because you're putting it out there like, okay, listen to my work and see if you like it or not, and then you're leaving it up to the people. A lot of artists be like, I don't care what the people think. I'm just gonna make the music that I want. At least, you sound like, okay, I want to make money at this. I want to make music that connects with the people, and that, that's a statement right there because there's a lot of artists that have been rapping for 10, 15 years, and they're not really connecting with the people, and that's something that's very important.
Yeah, because I want to resonate. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like that is what hurts a lot of music today. It's like, when I was a little kid and records that I remember, like say like Mobb Deep Shook Ones, you could still play that today and it's gonna catch people. You know what I mean? As hot a record as Bobby Shmurda is, I don't know if 20 years from now, kids are gonna be remembered. You know what I mean? To me, it's like I feel like when you try to connect with people, you're gonna create that nostalgia and you're gonna have a lasting impression. Like records like Bonita Applebum and stuff that's older. When first time I heard it, I was like, oh, this is a dope record, and it made me go check out who Tribe was. So it's like I want to make the music I want to make. But it's like any job in life, like you can't dress how you want to dress to work. You got to kind of somewhat conform. You can't come, you know what I mean? Like if you got a job in a certain place, you can't go to FedEx and UPS attire. So if you're going to make music, you have the freedom to make what you want to make. But I think you should try to be mindful that, you have a consumer that you're trying to, everybody's trying to target somebody. If you're a street dude, you're going to target street people. If you like, doing maybe Drake's lane of music, you might go for the college crowd or other, you know what I mean? So it's like you got to kind of have the pulse of what your fan base wants to hear because you know what I'm saying? You're going to sync. To me, I don't know.
Okay. Well, that's real. That's really real, and it's rare that you hear, artists that are that real with themselves. You know what I mean? So that means, regardless, it's to me it sounds like you're gonna reach your goals, whatever it is, because you're willing to, just be real with yourself, and that's something that's really important. So what? How do you feel? Since we talked about Brooklyn and you mentioned Brooklyn, how do you feel about the state of hip hop? As far as the artists that are coming from Brooklyn right now, you don't have that many that are popping like hot right now. I mean, you have the Jay-Z's and stuff like that, but I'm talking about today. Artists that are popping from Brooklyn. How do you feel?
I mean, I love Brooklyn, so I salute. My hat goes off to everybody from Brooklyn, from Fab to Mano to Troy Ave to Joey Badass. But I just feel like Brooklyn is one of them places that they just box you. So it's like if you like a Mano, Troy Ave, Fab, you kind of like, okay, I'm a street rapper. And you don't really have the freedom to maybe make more other kind of records like a Joey Badass might make. Because, Joey Badass is another dude from Brooklyn. So, it's like you have those Renaissance kind of like, eclectic artists, and then you got like street rappers. And it's like, it's messed up because, Brooklyn is so gentrified now and so mixed up. You have dudes that street dudes, but, they might have a neighbor who skateboards that live next door to them, so they got introduced to that. And it's like sometimes I feel like Brooklyn doesn't give you the creative space sometimes to do everything you want to do. It's like, now we want to hear, if you Mano, we want to hear you rhyming about the 10 years you did and slapping somebody. When Mano might want to make a song about like, yo, I just learned how to snowboard or I just learned how to ride a skateboard. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, like a dude like Tiger. Like, Tiger is one of them guys that he's kind of a street rapper, but he has so much other things going on with the fashion and, other things that he's allowed to be more eclectic. Whereas in New York, it's kind of like, nah, you're from Brooklyn, this is the Brooklyn resume. And it's like, I mean, it's cool because it keeps you from, I guess, maybe stepping outside your lane if you have a defined lane. But then it's also bad because it doesn't allow you to, to be as creative as you might want to be sometimes. You know what I mean? I feel like dudes just second guess themselves. It's like, how sometimes you might buy something that you want to wear because you think it's dope. It's like a dashiki. Like my mom got me a dashiki, and I was gonna wear it, with like some, those are black joints I was gonna wear with the cement threes, and then I was just like, nah, I don't know if I could come outside in this. You know what I mean? Because it's just the Brooklyn in me made me think like, nah, the hood ain't really on the dashiki wave. So you know what I mean? It's kind of crazy because like I was gonna finesse it with my own flair, and then I was just saying, I don't know. The fellas might look at me like, yo, this guy on the dashiki, like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's crazy because it's like I feel like maybe years ago it was more different types of artists than I feel like right now it's maybe only two types of artists. It's like street rappers and like the quote unquote eclectic artists. Whereas, like, back in the days, you had, like, Public Enemy was on some, like, Black Militants, X-Clan, Tribe Called Quest, like, you had everything. Whereas, like, now it's like if you're not kind of in the French Montana type of lane, you in the Kendrick Lamar lane. It ain't really, you know what I mean? Like, what's the two other schools besides those right now to me? You know what I mean? I you know what I'm saying? From what I see, it's like you got to go on one of those paths.
Yeah, if you either a backpacker type or you a hood rapper, right?
Exactly. And there's some people that's kind of in the middle. Most people is in the middle.
Yeah.
Most people might backpack for a day, and they might be hood. You know what I mean? Like it's like you have more. I don't know. It's just crazy to me because it's like you really can't deviate.
Yeah, I feel you. That's totally true though. But off the topic a little bit, what's next for you as an artist?
Well, I just got this new song movie that I'm working on right now, and we shot the video and everything, and we getting the campaigns together. A lot of blogs is picking it up, so I'm just hoping that this will get me some festivals and some other things. Cause I just want bigger platforms, I guess, to share my music on. I've done a lot of club dates in smaller venues in the city, so I'm just trying to get to like the Made in America festivals or like just bigger platforms and bigger and maybe some collaborations along the way. I haven't really thought of anybody I really want to necessarily work with at the moment. Even though it's a lot of artists out there I'm just more so like focusing on developing and fine tuning my own sound. But that's really it. I'm just trying to do shows and just spread my music more and just see what happens.
Okay. So what artist do you feel like is kind of in your lane that you might want to jump on one of your tracks?
I'm like a huge fan of Meek. I like Kendrick. Really anybody that's talented and I have like my top 5 of all time rappers, but I probably wouldn't even work with none of them because I just I hold them in such high esteem. But just anybody that just wants to put out like quality music, because I feel like sometimes a lot of people collab just it's like a popularity contest. It's like, okay, I know if I do a record with Nicki Minaj, it's gonna hit because it's Nicki. And then I'll have like this person on the hook. Whereas me, I actually like to work with people that I actually have some kind of chemistry with. Like we cool because I feel like it's gonna translate into music. Like people are like, okay, these guys are really cool, or like okay, like or you know what I mean. Like so I don't really be pressed to like just do a record with somebody just because I have a budget and I can pay you and I know you're gonna get me a certain kind of look. I'd rather just get where I got to get on my own, like how a Fetty Wap or Deja Loaf did it. And then once I'm in the game, I could really start developing real relationships with artists and really see how, we could change music.
Okay. That sounds like a plan. Do you have any other interests outside of music?
I play the guitar. I'm pretty much really, most of my life has been around music. Like, a couple of my uncles are musicians. I have a brother who's a musician, so it's like pretty much my whole life. I mean, I play soccer, but really I'm just like, I played the guitar when I was little, and then when I got older and I thought about, trying to be a MC, I just kind of dove headfirst into that.
Okay. So who are you listening to right now as far as music? And how do you listen to your music? How do you get new music, and how do you find music?
That it's crazy you ask me that because I ask myself the same question every day. Like because in my attempt to try to spread my own music, I really sit back and wonder like how did I when you know a record, But then you think about how did you get it? It's like Future. Like I'm really on the Future wave heavy right now. Like Future just got a dope sound going for himself right now. And I'm trying to think. Like I actually ended up going to buy the CD just to have it in my car. But I'm trying to think how I first heard his music. I don't know if it was online or I heard it in the club somewhere. I really don't remember sometimes how new music gets to me. But typically, I try to. I guess it's more organic. I guess somebody has to tell me, and then I'll go look it up and research it. But pretty much, I'm on. I got Future on repeat right now, and some old Nirvana.
Okay. Yeah, I always find it interesting how people discover music because nowadays there's so many different ways to discover music, and I'm always wondering how young people get new music. Like I know people, I've asked that question to people and they say I listen to it on the television, and I'm like, really?
Because and I try to remember because I want to at least try the same tactic, and I never really remember how. It's like I don't know how I really heard Hot Nigga the first time. I just know I didn't know about the song.
I know I seen it on YouTube. I remember how I
don't remember that. Like I think somebody might have told me something, and then maybe I went and looked at the video, but I can't really distinctly remember if it was I just accidentally seen it on. Because like when you saw it on YouTube, did you search for it or did you just pop up as an ad? You know what I mean? Like how did you know to go look at that on YouTube?
People were talking. I think I saw an interview with him, and people were talking about it, and then I went and I looked it up on YouTube.
Okay.
I think I saw an interview that. Yeah, I think that's what sparked it.
And that's always what I try to, be mindful of myself. Is like how do you get on these people's radar?
Yeah, that's very interesting since there's so many ways to, get music. So, what is something like about yourself that would surprise people to find out?
That I'm actually like probably like people tell me like I'm a very like super shy, quiet person. So it's like when you see me or you look at my videos, I guess I look so flamboyant and I'm rapping. But when I'm not in artist mode, I'm kind of like just real quiet. Like I've been hanging out with people and they're like I could be around you the whole day and you don't say much. And I'm like, well, nah, because when I'm in a comfortable space with someone I vibe with mentally, I feel like most the best part of communication is nonverbal. So you already know what I'm thinking. I know what you're thinking. It's you know what I mean. But it's like I guess that would shock a lot of people because you see some people like you might see somebody with a lot of tattoos and then okay, this guy is like a wild boy. But
exactly.
So I think that would shock a lot of people.
Okay. All right, so as far as like you got any shows or events coming up that you might want to talk about to the people?
I'm actually tonight. I'm going to be in the city at Gold Bar. It's like on Broom Street. And then I think I got some other like radio dates I think, but I'm not even really sure. Like this is all still kind of new for me coming together. So like like my team is kind of pulling together my schedule now and everything for me. But I'm just out here. I'm really just going to different different venues throughout the city, making sure I could get booked and just going out there trying to turn up for my people and hoping that the world loves it.
Okay. So how can they find you online? Like so if they want to stay up to date with everything that you got going on.
Everything about me is my name. It's Nino, Nino, and my last name Khayyam, Khayyam. So my SoundCloud, YouTube, my website, Instagram, Facebook, everything is Nino Khayyam. I mean, I guess that's the one blessing of using your name. Like, I didn't really have no issues where I had to, like, respell it or put an underscore. It's just Nino Khayyam. You type in that name. The only other thing you might find is a guy, Omar Khayyam, who's like a Islamic prophet, who, and, it's clear you're going to know it's not me.
I think I did see that one.
Yeah, that's the only other person that comes up when you Google me. So, it's actually pretty cool for me. So, I'm pretty happy with that.
Okay. All right, man. We definitely appreciate you calling in. We're gonna stay up to date with everything that you're doing. When you got new music coming out and stuff like that, you can come on the show again, of course.
It's gonna be a movie. They wanna make a movie.
She see my gram.
It's looking like a movie.
I'm throwing bands.
She wanna make a movie.
The club is lit.
It's gonna be a movie. They wanna make a movie.
She see my gram.
It's looking like a movie.
I'm throwing bands.
She wanna make a movie.
I'm on that scene with Shorty, and he ain't seen it, Shorty. She do it for the gram. She do it for some bands. She do it for Khayyam, and I'm not even her man. She say she with her friends, but she really in my bed. My, we going out. We gon' get it in. Why these lames is telling? They acting agent selling. And yeah, we party hard. From yeah, we be selling. I could pay for you. Mobile nigga sponsor them. We ballin' out like the Hoya gym. I'm screaming, hope you hear me. Plus I'm dreaming up to Harry. That girlie got that take and twerk it when she hear me. Tell him bring them bottles out and light the table up. And if your girls is thirsty, homie, you ain't fair enough. Oh my God, oh my Lord, I switch women, I get bored. Oh my God, oh my Lord, I switch women, I get bored. We about to film a movie, grab your cameras, press record. The club is lit.
It's gonna be a movie. They wanna make a movie.
She see my gram.
It's looking like a movie.
I'm throwing bands.
She wanna make a movie.
The club is lit.
It's gonna be a movie. They wanna make a movie.
She see my gram.
It's looking like a movie.
I'm throwing bands.
She wanna make a movie.
Bonjour, bonsoir. Yeah, I'm on my French. My bullies want a French kiss, but she just wants some French tips. She ain't got no luggage, but she popped and took a bad trip. Slow up, hold up, mommy, how you feel about Abu Dhabi? And all my kamikazes, yeah, we cooler than a Fonzie. And then I kill a the chick we call that zombie. Golly, I'm so lucky, I'm ballin' like Kentucky. And if I turn them cameras on, she promise she gon' suck me. I think it's superstition, my work is supervision. Cause yeah, I keep some Yankees and they super at that pitching. I'm standing on the couch, pouring champagne and I'm out. And rolling with some players, Jerome is in the house. Handcuffs, whipped cream, not my lover, Billie Jean. And director yelling, action rated, all that's film a scene. Bottle girls, trap queens, if you wanna pull your name. And you tryna do a split, hope you pop it at the scene. Ow! The club is lit.
It's gonna be a movie. They wanna make a movie.
She see my gram.
It's looking like a movie.
I'm throwing bands.
She wanna make a movie.
The club is lit.
It's gonna be a movie. They wanna make a movie.
She see my gram.
It's looking like a movie.
I'm throwing bands.
She wanna make a movie.
No, he did not. Who's Kiana?
I don't know Kiana.
Not only does she say she knows you, but she says she sucked your little black dingling last night.
Come to the casting couch, baby. Oh yeah. She lying.
And I love Spate Radio. That's the only with. Like, there's nobody. Spate Radio. And I said it. Nicki Minaj, Nicky Lewinsky, Dirty Money, Young Money, the Misfits. Yeah.